All right, to get your Flashy installed, you're going to need a M 1.5 hex head, or you can improvise a T6 Torx. So first we're going to remove these screws, and we just started shipping them with these little wooden covers on the bottom. This way we can ship them with the batteries in, so there's no confusion as to how they are inserted. You can notice they're in opposite polarity. I'll explain that in a second here. First, let's get this installed on the tool. So the very first thing that we want to do is press this against the Leatherman and make sure we get a boot animation. If we press, yep, we can see that we got a boot animation, and then we're ready to screw it down. So you screw it down, and once you start to feel a little bit of resistance on the screw head, you don't want to add more than a quarter turn. That should be more than enough pressure to get those batteries to kiss up to your tool. So now we're good to go. Cycle through modes, make sure everything's good, and we're ready to rock. Now let's go through battery replacement, or if you end up dropping the batteries, just so you know, these little coin cell batteries are the exact opposite of what you're used to, AA and AAA batteries, because the cap is actually the negative side of the battery. So if you use the diagram that's on our little bag to install it, should give you some assistance, but let's get the batteries out. So if you take your precision driver and fully remove the screws first, you can extract the batteries very carefully. You might want to do it above like a bowl or a plate, because these can kind of fling out at you. And if we go in here, we can get the batteries out using the screw holes. And we've put a visual indication on the inside here, so you can kind of tell. You'll notice that this gold contact is a little bit smaller. That means that the cap touches that because it kind of matches the diameter. So there we go. And then we can see on the front screw one, we have a full gold pad. That means the bottom side of the battery there, or the positive in this case, it goes in this way. And there you go, you're good to go. We recently started applying the membrane overlay at the factory. However, if you do end up needing one of these in the future, let us know and we'll post them for sale with a battery kit. So you'll get 2 batteries and an extra overlay. This overlay is required for the operation of the tool. On the previous versions of Flashy, you could just press these buttons, but the new one requires a good contact. So applying this membrane is pretty simple. Let it cure for a little bit before, putting it in your pocket, rubbing up against things, but that's how you install the overlay.